Hi, welcome to Midnight Farmhouse. I'm Leanne, and if you're new, welcome. And if you're returning, pull up a chair and have a cup of coffee. Today we're part of a cookie collaboration sponsored by Valerie at the Heart Life. When you're done watching this video, there'll be a playlist down below in the description box. Feel free to take a look at all the wonderful channels that are participating, and it's calorie free to watch these wonderful channels. And share some love and give them a subscribe and like their videos. I've been thinking about this cookie since I've had it 3 years ago from a church cookie swap. It was so moist and yummy that I just felt like I had to share it with you today. The lady that brought these cookies to church, Dolores, is our bishop's wife. They need our prayers. Her husband's father passed away and her mother passed away this week as well. I can't imagine losing 2 grandparents in the same week from both sides of the family. So her children are my prayers, and one of them is Wendy. Believe in prayer or a prayer warrior, please lift them up this week and next week when we say goodbye to them. It's not easy to lose a family member or somebody that you've known for the last 10 years. Let's get started, shall we? You will need 3 cups of all-purpose flour, a cup of granulated sugar, a cup of brown sugar, 2 sticks of unsalted butter, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a pound of pitted dates, softened and chopped, 3 cups of nuts. I'm using half walnuts and half pecans. I roasted them in the oven. A half a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon and a half of ground cinnamon, a teaspoon of vanilla, a teaspoon and a half of nutmeg, and a half a teaspoon of clove, and 3 eggs brought to room temperature using warm water for 10 minutes. First, you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Next, you want to sift your dry ingredients together without making a mess, because we all know that I make messes tremendously. All right, so we're adding the flour, the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the clove, and the salt together. And remember not to use the lumps in the bottom of the colander here. Okay, in the mixer, we're gonna beat our butter. It just caught me off guard. It didn't say to add the sugar right away. So we'll follow the directions. I wanted to make these cookies last week for you, but Haley was here and she wanted to do cookies in a jar after she watched Armsy Farms video from the cookie collaboration and give those to her teachers at school. I'll link that video up here. You want to beat that till it's smooth. And we're adding our sugar and creaming that together. All right. Then we're going to add our eggs one at a time. And I always crack them into a separate bowl. Sometimes I use home fresh eggs, and you never know what you're going to get. Where you add your vanilla. Put your baking soda in a small cup and add a little bit of hot water. Then add that to the batter. I might have added a tablespoon if you're wondering how much water. Make sure it's dissolved. Now the directions say to work the dates in on a low speed. So we're basically folding these in. Alright, we're going to add our flour one cup at a time. All right, now we're going to take it off the mixer. And the directions say to use a wooden spoon to fold in the nuts. Now, they smell good already. To bake these, you want to use a greased cookie sheet or a cookie sheet with parchment paper or a slip mat. And you just want golf size cookies, and you want them 2 inches apart. And we're just gonna, it also said to give them a little tap down. These are a Christmas cookie from Germany, but we don't know why they're called Michigan Rocks. This recipe makes 3 dozen. You can make a batch when you make them, mix them up and freeze the rest, or you can shape them, then pre-freeze them, then put them into freezer bags. That way you can have maybe 1 or 2 a day for a week, for a month. It's up to you. All right, into the oven we go. And we're baking for 12 minutes. We're gonna let these cool for 2 minutes before we put them on the cooling rack. All right, we are ready for a taste test. Yeah, this cookie is definitely a winner. Maybe if I stop eating it and talk to you. It's soft and chewy, and you can definitely taste the nutmeg versus the cinnamon, and the sweetness of the dates and the crunchiness of the nuts. It is a very good cookie. And I highly recommend this size if you want to give it out for gifts, because people just love homemade gifts nowadays. Because it's easier to make something than go to the store and find an empty shelf. Am I right? So if you want this size cookie and you happen to have this size of a scoop, which I don't even know what size it is, it says 16 inside. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a like and make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so. I'm enjoying my farmhouse friends here. And until the next video, God bless.